Are we live? Welcome back to my channel, guys. I hope you're having a fabulous weekend. I filmed this tutorial, so you will be seeing everything about my makeup routine nowadays, some of the products I use, some of the techniques I use, in a video coming up next weekend. So stay tuned for that, and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel if you're interested. So for this video, somebody had commented on like my original resurfacing post on YouTube and asked about protective styles. I decided to create this video discussing all the different styles I've done from January until now. Not all of them are protective, but I think that this video would be good in giving you guys some ideas on how to get creative with your own natural hair, or if you choose to use a protective style, with whatever style you so choose. So if you're interested or you're wondering what style you should do with your hair next, then this is the video for you. Let's get right into it. In order for me to be able to do this successfully, I had to create a folder in my phone called protective styles, and I would say 90% of these I have posted on my Instagram page. I probably posted a tutorial or just posted information on it. So if I don't go into enough detail here on YouTube, you can check out my Instagram or even check out my TikTok, because on there I also post tutorials. It all depends on which app floats your boat. So how I'm gonna get into this is I'm gonna start with the natural hairstyles, so the ones that aren't necessarily protective but might give you ideas on how to style your hair, and then we'll delve into some of the more protective looks. I'm about to take you all the way down to the basics, because sometimes you forget how simple styling natural hair can actually be. We're starting off with style number one, the good old faithful puff. I know, very basic, but can you believe before the last time I did a puff, it had probably been like over a year, maybe even 2 years. For this particular puff, all I did was gather my hair up into, you know, your standard puff. Because my hair has gotten a little bit longer, I had to get creative in making sure it sat right on top of my head. I took a really thick hair tie and like stacked it on my hair, and I'll show a video because I'm pretty sure I filmed this, to give it height. Then I took some gel and brushed it through the ends of my hair to give a little bit more definition. So very basic look, good old puff, but you can spice things up by using different products, or just like changing up little things, like maybe braiding a little piece in front or twisting a little piece in front, and voila, you have a different look. This next one is the good old faithful braid out. Now this is why a braid out is very important to either master or lean on for those days that you don't really know what to do with your natural hair, because a braid out or a twist out, whichever one is your preference, can be morphed into multiple other styles. So take for instance this braid out. You can see that I put my hair in 6 different braids, which is enough for me. It'll give me the volume I need, it'll give me the definition I need, and it'll give me the longevity I need for different styles that I might try to do throughout the week or throughout the next several days. So I used 6 different braids, took them out the next day. I love using light hair butters like the Miel Organics Hawaiian Ginger hair butter. I really hope I said that right. But that product, oh my god, chef's kiss. It's so light, and when you apply it to your hair and take it out, your hair does not feel greasy or weighed down. Your hair has a lot of luster and shine. It has definition. Love that product. I would highly recommend. So that's what I used for this particular braid out. Now to start off, I just parted my hair in the middle, slicked the front back, and wore it as a regular braid out. The next several days, I took that braid out and I put it into a low puff. You could also do a low bun. Stretching your hair this way, like I said, gives you the opportunity to try out other styles. So I also did a a claw clip style. So TikTok has started this whole trend of using a claw clip. Takes us all the way back to the 2000s. It's been mostly, you know, the Caucasian sisters that have been rocking these claw clips, and so I and a couple other naturals on TikTok have found ways to make it work for us. So I posted this video on TikTok. It kind of went viral, kind of, sort of. And I love doing this because you have a clean look, but you get to like kind of show off your natural hair locks and stuff like that. So really love this style, and I think you should try it out. I do. Okay, so I'm looking at this picture. I'm trying to remember what I did here. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, was this a braid out? It's giving me braid out. It's giving me braid out on stretched hair. So what I believe I did was I blew out my hair for one reason or the other, and I ended up putting it in like 2 French braids back. That's what this is looking like. Another thing that I did that was actually very fun for me was doing mini twists. It was fun to put in, it was fun to rock, but it was not fun to take down, I'll tell you that. But it's a great protective way to still have your natural hair out. You still have access to it. You can moisturize it. You can have access to your scalp, but your hair is like kind of tucked away. Your ends are secured, and you don't really have to worry about your hair too much until you choose to change up your style. So before braids, I feel like my favorite style to do is ponytails. I love me a good ponytail. There's so much variety to ponytails. It's affordable, it's not time consuming, and you can look snatched, as in snatched, in no time, especially if you know how to do it yourself. So starting with this bubble ponytail. So this was a ponytail I decided to do because I had some extra twisting Marley hair laying around, and I was like, I really want to do something different. So I put my hair, slicked it back, and used this Marley hair to create these bubble knots. It was a very fun look, something different. Now another look that I did, this was for my birthday, very basic actually. This probably isn't too innovative to a lot of you, but okay. So the original intent was to do one of those cute, like como se dice, what do you call it, kinyaruko. It's like a 90s, like it comes and then just swoops. I really wanted to do that. I was like, oh, that is such a cute look, and I've been seeing it on Instagram. Girl, it was a flop, a big fat flop. So I had to do a little bit of damage control because, again, it was the day of my birthday party. I had a little get together for my birthday this year, and time was not on my side, so I had to quickly come up with something. And this braided ponytail, like I said, easy, simple, will have you looking snatched in no time. So that's what I went with. And I used expression hair for the ponytail because I think that the texture usually matches close enough. So yeah, I really enjoyed this look. I enjoyed whipping my hair, my ponytail, and just, you know. Another ponytail look. Now this tutorial I did post on Instagram and TikTok. I got this ponytail, believe it or not, for $13. $13 from a beauty supply store. I really loved the curliness. I loved that it was a texture that wasn't too far off from my natural hair texture when it's stretched, so it kind of blended seamlessly. And it was just a fun look. It was a fun summer look. With the right accessories and the right makeup, it could look really cute for like any fall look. Yeah, I went through this whole phase of like ponytails. This next one is a ponytail that I got from, now the one in this picture that I'm looking at, it's a little bit more pricey. This ponytail is from Better Length, so I've collaborated with Better Length hair several times in the past. You guys have seen in previous videos, and so these ponytails last a very long time. They have stayed in my collection for like years. So sometimes it's worth an investment to, you know, invest in some of these hair clips and hair extensions and hair pieces, but do not let price limit you because there are affordable options out there. Now for the next one, it's not just a ponytail. It is a half up, half down look. Another affordable look for my sisters. This one I got the idea from Mena Adubia. I hope I'm saying her name right, but she's also here on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, all over the net. And this was from Amazon. For all these products that I'm talking about, I'll make sure to leave links below so you guys can check them out. I will say for this look, it's not something that you can put in your hair and keep in your hair for days and days and days, because this hair isn't the best quality. It can get matted up. So ideally what you'd want to do is only wear it for a special occasion. But if you want to wear it for like a stretched amount of time, you can. You just might not want to sleep with the hair. You have to make sure you detangle from time to time. You may have to trim off the ends once they start to get frizzy. But like I said, it is a very easy way to look put together for like a wedding or a birthday party, any sort of big event that you need to just get a quick look together. These ponytails are perfect. And then for my all-time favorite look, Now these are not good for those who do not have patience. It is not good for those who are on a time crunch. But if you got some time, you got some patience, or you can afford to pay somebody to do it for you, then you want to get into some braids. So I love doing braids because I think that it's convenient, right? Like you get up in the morning and you can go. You don't have to worry about brushing something, wrapping something, doing something. You can just get up and literally go. And I really love that braids have been like really trending for the past like year and a half. I feel like since the pandemic, actually, braids have been like the go-to thing. You go on an airplane, you go on vacation, you see all the every single black girl has braids in her hair, and I love it. So for this first look, as you guys can tell, I've really been into blonde and color over the past several months. So for this first look, it was for a birthday trip I had for a good friend of mine, Precious. Hey girl. We went to Phoenix, Arizona to celebrate her 30th birthday. This hair wasn't my favorite to use. I wanted to use like a loose, wavy, something that's more conducive for vacation. But at the beauty supply store I was at, this was really the only option that I had. So I went with it. But I just loved how fun this look was. I added some beads. I had like some designs up in the front. Another style for braiding your hair that I love is just doing straight backs. It's very simple, so depending on how small or how big you want it, the thing is so versatile. Being a black girl, please, who can top that? I think if you're someone who doesn't know how to braid, if you just dedicate some time to cornrows, right? Even if you put it under a wig, just dedicate some time to knowing how to do cornrows, and then you learn how to do straight backs, girl, you are set for a very long time. So highly recommend, 10 out of 10. And then of course you have knotless braids. So this style obviously is clearly what I have in right now. You can see that I just recently tried to clean up the look because my braids are very old. This is going on maybe 5 weeks. Yeah, I think we're going on 5 weeks this weekend. Yeah, the braids are getting old, but they have seen me through. I really love styling them. The thing about knotless braids is, like, you see how I have to add gel and be twisting the root? They get old in time. If you have the patience for small knotless braids, that will be ideal. But if you go for like really jumbo or really big, the probability of it lasting a long time, very slim. And I know some of these Instagram girls be charging an arm and a leg, so I don't know. All right, so those are, I would say that's a majority of the hairstyles that I've worn throughout the year so far. I did post on my page if you all had any questions about protective styles that you would want me to answer, and so you did. I'm just trying to, how do I get to it? I think the most frequently asked question was about washing your hair in braids or in protective styles. How long do I keep my braids, etc. So these braids, as I mentioned, it's going on 5 weeks. I usually don't go more than 4 weeks because I like right now I already know what style I want to do next, and it's like, okay, chop chop, it's time to go. But then again, I really like the convenience of braids, so I'm trying to like find a good balance. I think this has a good like 1 to 2 weeks left for me, so a total of about 6 weeks. 6 weeks is like the top, is like the max I will go. So about 4 to 6 weeks I think is a safe amount of time to have braids in. I can't say a definite time for all protective styles, but for braids I think 4 to 6 weeks is good. Now, as far as how I care for my hair in braids are supposed to be like a very chill style to have. So I'm not very high maintenance. I know some people like they'll do a thorough wash and moisturizing and do XYZ. I don't necessarily think that is necessary. So this is what I do. For the first like 1 to 2 weeks, if my scalp starts to feel dry or if it starts to get flaky, I will oil my scalp. Now after that, let's say we get to week 3, 4, I have like buildup on my edges or I feel like my hair is dirty. What I'll do is I'll take my braids into a bun, and then I'll add shampoo on the edges or any area that I feel like really actually needs a clean. I don't like dousing all of my hair in water and washing it that way. I don't think it's necessary. I really don't think it's necessary. So I just focus on areas that need care. So again, if it's buildup, if it's dry, then I will wash those areas And then I'll follow up with like a leave-in conditioner or like a water-based moisturizer, and then go in with some oil on top of that. And that is it, guys. That's all that I do. Someone asked, is it difficult to braid your hair because of how long it is? How do you get the patience to braid it? I'm glad you asked. Y'all, I am getting like the itch to cut my hair again, because when I first cut it, that's when I had the most fun and like enjoyed my hair so much. When it starts to feel like it's a burden, then I start to get irritated with it. I start to not want it out. I'll be putting it under wigs and braids just to avoid having to deal with it. And I feel like that's an unhealthy relationship. So within the next year or so, I do see myself cutting my hair, because yes, it is difficult to maintain hair when it's very long. It is difficult to braid it when it's very long. As far as patience, I feel like I'm a pretty patient person. I am. Especially when I have an end goal in mind, I will do what it takes to get to that end goal. However, I have come up with a process that helps with braiding. Something like this took 3 days. This took 3 days, but it's not because I sat down and braided for 3 days straight. It was because I planned my days. So on day 1, I'll sit for as long as I can, probably about like 5 to 6 hours. I sat at my desk, braided. What did I start with? I started with the back, and then I moved to the front. That way the perimeter of my hair is done, and if I need to throw it in a bun and go to work the next day, I can do that. So day 1, did the perimeter. Day 2, did more of the front so that it looks fuller and more complete. Then day 3, I finish up the center. When I do it this way, I don't have that pressure of, oh, I need to finish my hair before I need to go to work tomorrow, you know? I can take my time with it, and when I get done, I get done. And I'm gonna rock it for what? 4 to 6 weeks. I think that's a fair balance of time. Oh, the last question that was asked is, do you use treatments like rice water, clove water, etc.? As I mentioned, I'm a pretty lazy natural, and I know some of you guys might not want to hear that, but I don't want to take the fun out of doing my hair and just feel like I'm a slave to my hair, you know, like, oh y'all, sorry I can't hang out, I need to go make some flaxseed gel and apply, you know, like I don't want to feel like I am obligated to that extent. So I am a very lazy natural. I don't do DIY things. Instead, I find brands that I trust and that are really good and will do a good job in taking care of my hair and are safe. A brand that I love that works very well, the brand owner is very trustworthy to me, and the product is safe, is Melanin Hair Care. Their shampoo, honestly, I think is what helped my hair grow back to what it is now. It helped me with length retention, it helped with the health of my scalp, it helped with the length of my hair, because I have applied quite a bit of heat over the last 1.5 years, and it has still maintained its integrity. Melanin Hair Care. So yeah, I don't feel like I need to do a lot of the work if other people are doing it for me. You get what I mean? Alright y'all, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope I answered all the questions you asked. If you have additional questions, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll be sure to respond to your comments. I hope that this video also gave you ideas on how to style your hair. I have products linked in the description below for you to check out some of the products that I use to style my hair. But yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.